Assalamu alaikum, ninth class. Today we are starting chapter number 4, Structure of Molecules. In this chapter we will study the formation of molecules and the structure of molecules. As we know, the matter is composed of very small particles known as atoms. These atoms combine to form the molecules, which appear around us in different forms of matter. For example, air, table, chair, pen, paper, etc. Now you will be thinking how these atoms are held together in the form of a molecule. Yes, atoms are held together by the forces of attraction, which are known as the chemical forces or the chemical bond. Now the question arises, why do atoms form chemical bonds? It's the universal rule that everything tries to stable it. For example, water flows from height to the ground, and electric current flows from the higher potential to the lower potential. Similarly, in chemistry, atoms try to stabilize them by attaining the electronic configuration of noble gases. As we have studied earlier, that the noble gases are 18 group elements, which include helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon and radon. And these elements have complete outermost shell having 2 and 8 electrons, and that's why they are also known as stable and non-reactive elements and the rare elements. Atoms combine to form the molecules and obey two rules. One is the duplet rule and the other is the octet rule. In the periodic table, there are two elements which obey the duplet rule. As the name shows, duplet means 2 electrons. Hydrogen has only 1 electron in its outermost shell and helium has 2 electrons in its outermost shell. Hydrogen completes its outermost shell by gaining 1 electron, and hence these two elements obey the duplet rule. Here I would like to explain the valence shell. I have given example here, one atom of the sodium. The outermost shell is known as the valence shell and the electron present in this orbit is also known as the valence electron. And the other shells outside the nucleus and inside the and below the valence shell are also known as the inner shells. Now we come to the point second rule, that is the octet rule. As the name octet has derived from the word octa means 8. It means the elements which obey the octet rule, they should have 8 electrons in their outermost shell. Here I have given the example of sodium. Sodium has 1 electron in its outermost shell. It can release its outermost electron. Then the valence shell will vanish and the second orbit will have the 8 electrons, hence it will be stable. Second example is of chlorine, which has 7 electrons in its outermost shell and it can complete its outermost shell by gaining 1 electron. In this example, the sodium by releasing 1 electron will acquire positive charge and the chlorine by gaining 1 electron will have the negative charge. Hence, the opposite charges will create forces of attraction and a unit of sodium chloride will be formed, which will be explained in later topics. Now the different ways of attaining the 8 electron in the valence shell are as following, as I have written here. Number 1 is by giving the valence shell electrons, and it happens when the atom has less than 3 electrons in the valence shell. Second way is by gaining electron from the other atoms, and it happens in those atoms which have valence electrons 5 or more than 5. Third way is by sharing the electrons, and it happens in those elements which have comparable electron negativity and same electron in their valence shell. For example, hydrogen has one electron in its outermost shell. Here the two atoms can share their electron in their valence shell and will form a molecule of hydrogen. In this topic, we also have come across the importance of the noble gases. Why noble gases are so important? The reason is that they have completely filled valence shell, and they are non-reactive because they have completely filled valence shell. They need not to gain, loss or the share electrons. So that's why they are inert gases. They are also known as non-reactive, and they are also known as the stable elements. We will discuss chemical bond. Chemical bond is a force of attraction which holds the atoms together in a molecule. To understand this fact, we take an example of two atoms. When the two atoms approaches to each other, two types of the forces are produced. One is the force of attraction and the other is the force of repulsion. As you know that the atoms consist of electron revolving around the nucleus. Electrons carries negative charge and the nuclei carry the positive charge. The electron of both the atoms repel each other, being having same charge. And similarly, nuclei of both atoms repel each other, being having the same charge, that is positive charge. But in addition to these repulsive forces, attractive forces are also produced. Electrons of one atom are attracted by the nucleus of the second atom, and the electron of the second atom are attracted by the nucleus of the first atom. Hence the forces of attraction are also produced. If the forces of attraction are greater than the forces of repulsion, then the energy of the system will be lowered and the molecule will be formed. It means if the attractive forces are greater than forces of repulsion, then the chemical bond will be formed. But if the forces of repulsion are greater than the forces of attraction, then the energy of the system will be increased due to repulsion, so there will be no chemical bond formed. I think you could understand how the atoms are held together in a molecule. Now to understand further, we take some examples. Here I am taking an example of sodium chloride. Sodium chloride is table salt that you use in your food. It is composed of two elements, that is sodium and chlorine. Now you will be thinking how these atoms are held together in the substance. In the last lecture I told you that the sodium releases its outermost electron to attain the stability, and the chlorine accepts the electron to complete its outermost octet. When the sodium loses one electron, it bears a positive charge, and chlorine accepting an electron bears a negative charge. These two charges, sodium ion and chloride ion, are held together by the forces of attraction. Since these forces of attraction are due to opposite charges, so these are known as the electrostatic force of attraction. Hence the sodium ion and the chloride ion are held together by the forces of attraction known as the electrostatic force of attraction in the substance. Hence all the atoms have the same force of attraction and all the atoms are held together in the sodium chloride. It happens only in those atoms which can gain and lose the electron. Now, there are some substances which has molecule. In those substances, the atoms have the same number of electrons in their outermost shell or the comparable electronegativity. Now take example of hydrogen. Hydrogen atom has one electron in its outermost shell. Two hydrogen atoms have the same number of electrons in their outermost shell, so they combine by sharing the electrons and form the chemical bond in the hydrogen molecule. Another example is of methane. In methane, carbon atom is bonded with 4 hydrogen atoms. It is because the carbon atom has 4 electrons in its outermost shell and it requires 4 electrons to complete its octet. On the other hand, hydrogen has only one electron in its outermost shell. It needs only one electron to complete its outermost shell. Hydrogen and carbon have comparable electronegativity, so they form the chemical bond by sharing their electrons. Hence, a molecule of methane is formed. I hope you could understand the chemical bond. Tomorrow we will discuss the different types of chemical bond. Inshallah. Okay. Allah Hafiz.